Marcus Chen, 34, former Army medic, had exactly $3,200 in his account. His daughter's surgery, $2,800, was scheduled in 9 days. When a car dealership manager mocked his worn jacket and kicked him out in front of his kids, Marcus didn't fight back. What Marcus didn't know, the dealership owner was watching from upstairs. 12 years ago, Marcus had saved his life. 3 hours later, everything changed. Marcus's bank account, $3,200. His daughter Lily's heart surgery at Children's Hospital, $2,800 after insurance. The deadline, 9 days. His son Jake, 8, needed school supplies, $47, but Marcus had cut everything to save for Lily. His 1998 Honda had died 6 weeks ago. Transmission blown, unfixable. He'd been taking 3 buses to his warehouse job, leaving at 4:30 a.m., getting home at 9 p.m., missing time with his kids who'd already lost their mother. His wife Emma had died 14 months ago, car accident, drunk driver. Marcus had been deployed in Afghanistan when it happened, came home to 2 broken children and a mountain of funeral debt, $34,000. He'd sold their house, moved into a 2-bedroom apartment in the cheapest part of town, worked double shifts at a distribution center for $16 an hour. Saturday, 2:15 p.m. Premium auto sales on Route 9. Marcus walked in holding Jake's hand, Lily in his arms. His old military jacket, still the warmest thing he owned, had his name patch faded but visible. What Marcus did next would cost him his dignity. The manager, Steve, according to his nameplate, looked Marcus up and down, sneered. "We don't do charity cases here, soldier boy. This isn't the Salvation Army." Jake's hand tightened around Marcus's. Lily buried her face in his chest. Marcus's jaw clenched. He could feel every eye in the showroom, other customers watching, salespeople snickering. But he thought of the battlefield. Fallujah, 2013, the explosion, the soldier bleeding out. Marcus had stayed, applied pressure, saved his life while bullets flew overhead. "Please," Marcus said. Quietly, "I just need something reliable. I have $3,200. Steve laughed. "Get out. Before I call security." That humiliation would break something inside Marcus he'd kept buried for years. Marcus walked out. Jake was crying. Lily asked, "Daddy, why was that man mean?" Marcus had no answer. He sat on the curb outside, head in his hands. His kids deserved better. Emma would have known what to say, but she was gone, and Marcus was failing them. An elderly woman leaving the dealership stopped, pressed a $20 bill into his hand. "For your babies," she whispered. "Don't give up." But Monday morning, Marcus's supervisor called him into the office. "You've been late 4 times this month. I know the bus situation is tough, but I can't make exceptions. You're on probation. One more time, you're done." His coworker, Danny, offered to drive him for a week. "I got you, man. We take care of our own." Wednesday, Lily's pre-surgery appointment. The cardiologist was concerned. "Her heart is weakening faster than we expected. We need to move the surgery up. 5 days. Can you do that?" Marcus nodded. But the hospital needed the $2,800 up front now. He had 5 days to keep his daughter alive. What Marcus was about to discover would change everything he thought he knew. If this story is touching your heart, please subscribe to Everyday Kindness Stories. We share these stories to prove heroes still walk among us. What happens next will show you that no act of courage is ever forgotten. The man watching from upstairs was about to step forward. Thursday, 11 a.m. Marcus's phone rang. Unknown number. "Is this Marcus Chen, former sergeant, 3rd Battalion, 7th Marines?" A man's voice, deep, emotional. "Yes," Marcus said carefully. "This is David Brennan, owner of Premium Auto Sales. I saw what happened Saturday. I need to see you. Today. Please." Marcus arrived at 2 p.m. The showroom was empty except for one man, late 50 seconds, silver hair, expensive suit. He turned when Marcus entered and his eyes filled with tears. Fallujah. March 14, 2013. IED explosion. "You stayed with me for 47 minutes while I bled out. You kept pressure on my femoral artery. You told me about your fiancée Emma, about the wedding you were planning. You saved my life, Marcus. I was Lieutenant David Brennan. I've been looking for you for 12 years. Marcus's legs went weak. He remembered the explosion, the lieutenant's blood everywhere, the desperate wait for medevac. What David offered next would seem impossible. My manager Steve was fired Monday, David said. I saw the security footage. How he treated you, unacceptable. He handed Marcus a key. This is yours. 2024 Honda Pilot, 8 seats, fully loaded, paid in full. Title in your name. Marcus shook his head. I can't. You can. You will. David pulled out an envelope. Here's $25,000 for Lily's surgery, for Jake's school, for everything you've lost. And this. He handed Marcus a business card. I own 6 dealerships. I need a fleet manager, someone I trust, someone with integrity, $85,000 a year, health insurance that covers everything, including Lily's surgery and all follow-up care. You start Monday. Marcus collapsed into a chair. Tears streamed down his face. Why? He whispered. David knelt beside him. Because you gave me 12 more years with my family. My daughter graduated college. My son got married. I have 3 grandchildren. All because you wouldn't let me die. But the story doesn't end there. 2 years later, Marcus Chen, 36, Fleet Operations Director at Brennan Auto Group. He managed 6 dealerships, 47 employees, and a $12 million vehicle inventory. Lily, now 9, was healthy. Her heart surgery had been successful. She ran track at school. Jake, 10, was on the honor roll. Marcus kept his old military jacket in a glass case in his office. David had a photo mounted next to it, the 2 of them in Fallujah, 2013, covered in dust and blood. A plaque beneath read, "Courage doesn't end when you come home. It multiplies." Marcus had started a program through the dealerships, Veterans Drive Forward. Free cars for struggling veterans. In 2 years, they'd given away 34 vehicles to families who needed them. Marcus personally delivered each one. He'd see their faces, the disbelief, the tears, the relief, and remember that day outside the dealership when he'd had nothing. David was right. Courage multiplies. Marcus had saved 1 life on that battlefield. Now he was saving dozens more, and every time he handed over those keys, he thought of Emma. She would have been so proud. No act of courage is ever wasted. It might take 12 years to come back to you, but somewhere, somehow, the people you save remember. Heroes still exist. Sometimes they wear worn military jackets and ride 3 buses to work. If this story moved you, subscribe to Everyday Kindness Stories. Next time, we'll share the story of a school janitor who gave his lunch to a hungry student and discovered that student was a senator's son. Thank you for watching.